Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with another video. This one's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to be talking about how changing these specific areas of my nutrition has led me to feeling free when it comes to my eating habits. So if you are interested in this video, please be sure to tune in to the whole entire thing. You don't want to miss anything that I have to say. You're going to hear my little one in the background. She's having a ball with her dad and seems to be she may be ready for a nap soon. So I'm trying to get this video out as soon as I can for y'all. The first thing that I wanted to talk about was, what do I mean by eating free? Think of the opposite of what that would look like, and that's eating restrictively. You're talking about not eating carbs, staying low fat, saying, well, all red meat is bad, never eat red meat at all. When I say eating free, it means that I'm not eating restrictive. I feel as if I can eat whatever it is that I want to eat, as long as I'm being mindful, as long as I'm practicing moderation, portion control, and I'm understanding actually what works for my body. So not to say that I'm going ham on into some mac and cheese, because obviously I'm lactose intolerant. I can't be eating dairy like that. I'm at the point where I feel like when it comes to my nutrition, I pretty much know what works for me. And I'm going to be telling you guys the specific areas that I have changed in order for me to get to this point. So the first thing that I did to start embracing food freedom is I started understanding what my body actually feels like when I'm thirsty versus when I am hungry. First and foremost, for most of us anyway, we pretty much get hungry anywhere between 2 to 4 hours. I am a full believer in not letting yourself actually get hungry. Like, once my tummy is rumbling and I don't have food in front of me, that's a problem. The chances of me overindulging because I'm trying to fill myself up to get that rumbliness out the way is pretty on high. If I understand that I never let myself get too hungry at this point, like I'm always eating anywhere between every 2 to every 3 hours, majority of the time it's every 3 hours I'm eating something. If I know it's only been like an hour and a half, then I have to ask myself, am I actually hungry? I don't immediately just run into the kitchen and grab something to eat just because I feel like eating, because I am mistaking hunger for thirst. Another example is after I eat a meal, if I feel as if my palate is needing something, like my mouth feels kind of cottony, but it almost feels as if eating more food will make me feel better. It's kind of weird. Maybe I'm the only one who's ever experienced this. I mean, I can't be the only one. Comment down below if I'm not the only one and this happens to you too. I feel like I just want to keep eating something, right? But that's not the case. The case is that I'm really just thirsty. So I would just grab a cup or two of water, drink that. I immediately feel better. So at that point, I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm starting to notice a trend here. Anytime that I either just had a meal and I feel hungry, or it's been an hour and a half and I already feel like I need more food, 9 times out of 10, I'm just thirsty. Drinking water before my meal, making sure I'm drinking water between my meals, after my meals. I've really honed in on focusing on my hydration, not just because I am breastfeeding, but also because, again, when you are mistaking hunger for thirst, you can overindulge in more calories than you need to, and it has made a complete change in terms of my nutrition. I no longer feel as if I'm strapped down to food. What is it called? Impulsively. I feel like a zombie sometimes, right? Like I just had something and now I feel impulsed, even pulled to eat something else when I just had something to eat. It's mind-boggling. So staying hydrated, drinking water has definitely helped that a bunch. Also, so you also feel fuller when it comes to your mealtime, so you're not overeating. The next thing that I changed about my nutrition is that majority of the time now, I would say like 95% of the time, I eat at home. Now I know this might sound kind of contradicting. Like, wait, Food freedom means you should be able to eat anything, including restaurant food. Hear me out. The reason why I say that changing this has allowed me to feel more free in terms of my nutrition is because I am able to make the same meals that I can go to a restaurant to eat, but customize it in a way that not only benefits my health journey goals, but also benefits my gut requirements. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, I am lactose intolerant. So most of the meals that I genuinely enjoy have dairy in it. The worst thing that I cannot stand going through is going to a restaurant, whether it be with my husband or maybe it's like a family outing, and I come back home and I have like the worst tummy ache ever, not able to go to sleep very well, and when I wake up in the morning, TMI, but using the restroom, it's a horror fest. When that happens, it makes me feel restrictive. Next time I go to the restaurant or I'm on an outing or a date, whatever the case may be, I feel inclined not to have what I really want to have. So if anything, going to restaurants actually makes me feel more restrictive, because I know there's only so much that the chefs can do back there. Like if they have like a whole entire recipe, I can't go back there and tell them, hey, put less milk, or hey, put almond milk. Not every restaurant does that with specific meals. I mean, y'all know, okay? They only give you so much accommodation. So for me to feel so free in my nutrition is for me to come home, look up that food item or meal or recipe, if you will, that I genuinely enjoy, looking online, seeing if someone made a copycat of it, and making it here at home. Anytime I find a recipe, I end up changing it anyway. So sometimes I'll even I'll try to find the legit recipe of whatever restaurant it is, and I will look at the recipe and just omit out whatever ingredients that I want to omit out. If it's like heavy cream, then I would omit that out for coconut cream. If it's butter, then I might omit that out for olive oil, things like that. If it's like whole milk, then obviously I would omit that out for either almond milk. If I want something a little thicker, then I would use soy milk or oat milk. As an example, going to Olive Garden, one of the most yummiest dishes that I used to love there was the Alfredo and the white cheese sauce. I can't remember what it's called. I haven't had it in forever, if you can't tell. But I love that meal, and I can't have it because it tears me up. So what I do is I come home, and this book, I will actually link it down below. This lady is amazing. You guys probably have heard of her. She's the founder of Plant U. She actually has a vegan recipe book. No, I am not vegan, but because vegans do not consume any animal byproducts whatsoever, they have found a way to enjoy an Alfredo substitute for pasta meals. So I thought that was really cool, and I've made it and it tastes great. I've even made vegan mozzarella. Amazing. I put that on pizza. It's really, really good. Even my husband enjoyed it, and he's not someone to restrict food and take things away either. So saying that, making meals at home have allowed me to feel free, because now I don't have to say, oh, I can't have this recipe, I can't have this meal. Yes, I can. I could just come home, make it the way that works for me, and I feel good because now I could say, oh yeah, I can have chicken Alfredo, just the Safia way. My last area that I had fixed in my nutrition to make me feel free, you guys are gonna be spooked on this one. Well, I say spooky because you're gonna be like, what? I give in to my craving. Yes, I give in to my cravings. I do not ignore them. Why would this make me feel free? Well, first of all, the definition of restrictive is to limit or take away, if you will, of access to something. If I am saying to myself, you know what, I feel like having brownies this evening, but I can't because I'm trying to lose weight, that's restrictive. If I say, you know what, I want to have cookies this evening, I want to have ice cream and cookies this evening for dessert, but I'm on a weight loss journey, I can't have it, that's restrictive. How is any of that free in terms of nutrition or food freedom? How is that any of that free? Free means to be free. You do what you want. So when it comes to my nutrition, while I am being mindful, I am eating as I please. So if I feel like having a certain dessert, I'm gonna have that dessert. Make sure you check out the last, I think it was like 2 or 3 videos ago. I will actually link it in the description box and like put a thumbnail here in the corner. Basically, I mentioned in that video on how I was having cereal for dessert and I was still losing weight. I give into my cravings to experience food freedom, which means that I am giving myself permission to have what I want to have, which not only changes my mindset on how I view the food item, but it also allows me to create a healthy relationship with that food item. I'm still losing weight, even though I am eating these foods that people would say, how are you possibly losing weight when you're eating brownies, you're eating ice cream, you're eating cookies, you're eating cereal? How are you even losing weight? It's because I have created a healthy relationship with these foods by allowing myself to have these foods. Nothing feels off the table anymore. And for some reason in our minds, when something feels unattainable or we're not allowed to have it, we overconsume it whenever we get it. That's an unhealthy relationship. It's called, yes, I can have that, but do I actually want it? So this is what I mean by giving into my cravings. There are times when I don't want to have brownies. There's actually nights when I don't want to have any dessert at all. This is not a reoccurring theme that I have where every single night before I go to sleep, I feel like I have to have something sweet on my tongue. That's not the case, because I have created a healthy relationship with anything that has to do with sugar. I have created a healthy relationship with anything that has to do with carbs. Same thing with rice. I do not feel like I have to pack my plate with rice because it's an unattainable food item. I give myself the amount of rice that I want to have, and that's that. I don't go for seconds, I don't go for thirds. I don't even remember the last time I even wanted a second helping of anything. It's because I have created, again, that healthy relationship with that food by not saying to myself, I'm not allowed to have it, which then makes me want it even more. So to experience food freedom is to be the straight opposite of restrictive. It means to allow yourself to have the food item, but practicing moderation. Because if you don't, it will always lead to binge eating afterwards. Again, I am someone who used to be a chronic binge eater, which is why I even got up to almost 300 pounds in the first place. Everything seemed unattainable to me, so therefore I ate it in the late nights when nobody was watching me, when nobody was looking at me, when I felt guilty, I felt ashamed, so I ate those foods in secrecy. Now if I want them, I just have them, because that is exactly what food freedom is. For going forward, I'm actually going to be talking a lot about certain topics that tend to be a little controversial. So remember, in the Word of God, it says iron sharpens iron. So let's just remember that we are trying to grow with each other and not slander any one another. I hope you guys enjoyed this video though. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the fam so you guys are notified every single time I post a new video, or just be sure to put a reminder for every Friday, because I do post a lot of different content on this channel, so maybe you're not interested in everything. But if you are, make sure to subscribe to the fam. And before I end the video, please be sure to click this video right here on the left hand corner. It might be helpful for you. It talks about why I don't calorie count anymore. Again, another very contradicted topic, but I'm telling you, what I have to say in this video are gems, y'all. So be sure to click on that video if you're interested in that. But as always, I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.